Hey guys, Steve here, SingleDadFitDad.com. Thanks for watching. Today I want to talk about the issue of time. Okay, I've been running surveys, I've been polling, you guys on Facebook and through my email list and different media, and an overwhelming response to the question of what's your biggest hurdle to getting fit or getting into shape. By far, it's time. Okay, so clearly there's an issue with the idea of I don't have enough time to work out, I'm too busy, and I get it. I mean I really do. Most of you don't have the luxury of working at home. I know a lot of you are working 1, 2, even 3 jobs, trying to handle your kids at least half time. Some of you have your kids full time, and so it doesn't leave a lot of time for you, or at least in your mind. And we've talked about this before, I've mentioned this in other videos. The thing that always gets pushed to the back of the line is you and your health, right? You're so busy taking care of all the things that you have to take care of, just your responsibilities of life and your family, that you neglect your health. So this is kind of a little chart that I drew. There's no real science behind this particular chart. But you get the idea of this, right? We spend a lot of our time dealing with our kids, our family. The other big portion is work, commuting, all that goes with that, and then sleep and everything else that you have to deal with, all the other shit that's in your life there, which leaves a little tiny sliver for you, and that's your time. So some people spend it playing video games, some people like to go out to bars, some people spend it watching TV or football, whatever it is. But a lot of times it's a matter of just kind of not leaving yourself any time in your own mind to exercise. And I know, and I've heard from hundreds, if not thousands of you guys, even in the last 6 months, that you feel like, I really want to get fit. I know you guys are motivated to do it. This is a new year, we're starting over, but the excuse is, I just don't have enough time. And here's the thing, it's really not about having the time, it's about making the time, creating the time. Because you're such a small sliver of your overall picture here, it seems in your mind, yes, I don't have time, I just can't do it, I have too many other things. So what has to happen if you're ever going to change your lifestyle and get fit? I'm not talking about becoming a CrossFit athlete or American Ninja Warrior or anything like that. I'm talking about just getting fit for general health and sure aesthetics, but just losing some body fat. Your stats will improve, your blood pressure, your heart rate, feeling better, looking better, having more confidence. That's what I mean by getting fit or getting fitter. So for that to happen, this thing has to grow. You have to make a commitment to yourself, and believe me, this is not selfish. I've talked about this a lot. It's so easy to get trapped in, I'm being selfish. If I go to the gym for an hour or 2 hours, I'm being selfish. I have other things to do, I have responsibilities, I have kids, I have to do this. But you have to understand that, taking care of yourself is the most important thing, because in 10 years, 15 years, when your body's literally falling apart, who's gonna be there for your kids? Right now, I know a lot of you can't even keep up with your small children, right? You can't chase them down the street, you're too tired. Okay, so this isn't about anything other than creating a bigger slice of your life dedicated to you and your health and wellness, which is going to affect every single thing in your life, from your family, your kids, your energy, your confidence, your job, your future relationships. All of that is going to be dramatically improved when you take more time for yourself. Okay, and I have a hard time, and it's easy for me to say we all have the same 24 hours of the day, blah blah blah. But it really comes down to priorities, and that's what it is. I have a client. He's got a good job, travels a lot. He's got a girlfriend that's long distance, so he's constantly traveling back and forth to see her. Travels for work a lot, and he has 4 children. And we started working together a couple months ago. He's one of my online coaching clients, and his thing was he was petrified of what the future would hold for his health. He was out of shape, feeling terrible about himself, feeling terrible physically, and was worried about the long-term impact on his health and what would happen to him. I mean, at 40 or so years old. And that's the mindset that you have to have. The time really is now. I mean, you can't put it off, I'll get to it next year, I'll get to it in 5 years. Most of us, if you're listening to this, you're probably in your mid-30s, late 30s, or 40s. Time is ticking, guys. Seriously, I'm 44. Think about this every day. Seriously, man, life is passing us by, and if we're not improving it every day, it's getting worse. I mean, it's going to be harder. In 5 years, if you're listening to this same conversation in 5 years, you've lost all of that time that you could have been working on yourself, and it's going to be that much harder for you to make the progress that you want to make. It doesn't get easier as we get older, it gets harder. You guys already know that. So, what I'm telling you today, guys, I'm just asking you, please stop using time as a crutch to not exercise, okay? Because barring a few, and I'm talking about a few exceptions where you literally have zero time, that's another conversation which you're gonna kill yourself from a stress-induced heart attack at some point. So you got to scale that back. But 98% of us are just not making the time versus not having the time. So that's what I'm just saying, guys. Really think about that. Think about your future. Think about the impact on your overall life if you just carve out even just a little bigger of a slice and dedicate 15 or 20 minutes a day, every other day, to doing some form of exercise. Okay, obviously diet's another situation, but I'm just talking about exercise right now, and it's really that important, guys. So leave me a comment below. Let me know if you think that I'm full of shit and that you literally don't have the time. Let me know below what your issue is, and tell me why it is you just don't have the time. I'll talk to you guys soon.